Other tasks we will cover in this session include memorizing or saving a report separately or as a part of a group, printing a report, emailing a report as an Excel or PDF file, downloading a report into an Excel file, hiding a header, collapsing a report so sub-accounts don't show, and refreshing a report for updates. To save a report, you just click on the Memorize button and the Memorize Report window will open up. You can use the name of the report that appears, or you can change it. Also, if you want to save a report under a group, then click on the box for Save and Memorized Report Groups and select the group you would like to save it under. Groups can be added, edited, or deleted if you go to the Report drop-down menu and go under Memorize Reports and select Memorize Report List. Once in this window, you will see each group highlighted in bold, and on the bottom left there is a button where you can perform various tasks, including adding a new group or editing, deleting an existing group. You can also move reports from one group to the other by holding down the left mouse button on the diamond icon next to a report and dragging it where you want, as I'm doing now. Note, you can only delete a group if no reports are underneath it. The next button on our report taskbar is the Print button. Once you selected the Print Reports window comes up and you are able to pick the printer you want to use, or if you want to save the report to a file instead, you have the following file option types to choose from. You can also select whether you want your report in portrait or landscape orientation. Select your page range, whether you want page breaks, number of copies, and whether you want your report to fit so many pages wide ranging from 1 to 999. Lastly, you can select if you want your report to print in color if you have a color printer. Once all your selections are made, then you can print your report by clicking on the Report button, or you can preview your report first to see what it will look like before printing. The Email button allows you to send out your report as an Excel spreadsheet or PDF file attachment. QuickBooks will use the email program and wording of your email based on the selection you made under the Send area in Preferences, which is covered in Lesson 3. The Excel button allows you to create a new worksheet or update an existing worksheet from the report you have open. When you select either feature, what opens up is the Send Report to Excel window, where you can select one of the 4 choices. Create a new worksheet, update an existing worksheet, replace an existing worksheet, create a common separated values CSV file. If you select the first choice in the first selection, you will be able to create a new worksheet where it will be the only worksheet in the file starting out. There is a list provided if you click on the link here. The Replace an Existing Worksheet will overwrite what is there, and if you select this option, you need to select the file to be overwritten. Lastly, the CSV file type is a special type of file that can be selected if necessary, but unless you want it this way or someone requests this format, you will probably never use it. To do an example, let's select the first selection and first choice of Create New Worksheet in a New Workbook, which is probably the most common chosen. The report we are going to do this for is a profit and loss statement by month for the fiscal year 2017. And the reason we are doing this, let's say, is to use this report as a basis to our 2018 budget. So let's now go to the Excel button, select Create New Worksheet, and then select the first choice, and then click on the Export button. Once I select this, then what is happening behind the scenes is QuickBooks is opening up Excel and importing the contents of the report into a tab in the spreadsheet being created. Notice the report is under a tab called Sheet 1. The first tab is occupied by a tab named QuickBooks Export Tips and shows tips for updating QuickBooks reports and Excel. This information provides further guidance as to how to use the new spreadsheet just created. Now, going back to our Sheet 1 tab, we see the contents of the report just imported from QuickBooks, and it is not only the titles, headers, number, but also the formulas wherever any subtotaling or totaling occurs. The beauty of this is now you can make any changes you want, and the total will change accordingly since they are formulas versus set numbers or labels. You can always tell if a cell has a number or formula in it by looking at the Edit window for a cell. So here's an example. This cell has a label as indicated in the Edit bar. This cell has a number, as you can see here. And here is an example of a formula. Notice the equal sign precedes the formula. Once you are in the spreadsheet environment, you can now do whatever is possible in a spreadsheet. Please note you cannot export the spreadsheet information back into QuickBooks in this regard. Importing from QuickBooks into a spreadsheet is a one-way street. The Hide Header button simply allows you to hide the header on the report so it won't appear on the report when you show or print it. The Collapse button allows you to not show the sub-accounts when you click on it, and if you click on it again, the sub-accounts show. The Refresh button will refresh your report, so if you recorded any transactions that affect the amounts in the reports while the report is open, then by clicking on the Refresh button, the report would reflect the changes.